All right, and we are live once more. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of HP Critical Plus. I am your host, Brandon, and as usual for a Friday night, I am joined by the wonderful and beautiful Christy.
Hi, everybody.
Christy, when was the last time we did an episode of Pokemon? Just straight up. It's been it's been a
I
little
think
bit.
I think it was like last month, actually, sometime beginning of last month.
So it wasn't too long. Okay. Maybe
It wasn't that long ago.
I might be overselling the time. I don't think it was too long ago either. But yeah. So for those who caught last part, there was some technical difficulty that ended the stream like a little prematurely. Everything is safe though. Don't worry about that. And we are basically getting ready to wrap up that stream anyway. So no harm done. It just kind of ended up. Oh, we got a new follower. Dang it, Dave TTV is now following. Thank you so much for the follow. We appreciate it. But yeah, we're gonna go pretty much right into it, I think. Recap for last time. Not a huge amount happened, I don't think. We were just kind of, catching Pokemon. We visited the underground for the first time. Went to Eterna City. I'm gonna check the map though, because sometimes just looking at the map helps me remember things. Yeah, we did Eterna City, Orberg. Went to the underground. I think that was kind of it. We did spend a good amount of time in the underground actually last stream. So
Yeah.
now that we're here, we're at Hearthome City, where the contest hall is. So, as our stream title is implying, we're going to be doing a bit of contest this episode. It's going to be kind of like bouncing around, I think, though, because I want to make some actual progress, though. But yes, we did promise contests we're going to be in this playthrough, and contests you guys shall have. And then we will be going on from there. Now let's review our team, though. Take a look at the Pokemon we have. So we have King DDD here, our Prin Plup. We got Kimba, the blue lion, which is, of course, our Luxio. Christy herself has graced the playthrough not only as my co-host, but as a Mew.
I'm now a Mew.
It's everything she's ever dreamed of. I think the only thing that could make her happier is if she was like a Pikachu, but Mew is good too.
That dance, what was it? The pop star Pikachu from back when they were doing that.
Oris, yeah. The idol, not idol. I think that's what it was called, but it was cosplay Pikachu, and you could give.
Yeah, the cosplay Pikachus. There we go.
Okay, yeah. So if cosplay Pikachu ever returns in a game, Christy, you have my promise that we will use it, and I will nickname that Pikachu after you as well.
Okay.
So we have Oliver Queen here as well, our Staravia, Mochi, our Drifloon, and our recent addition, Nami from One Piece is our Buizel. And that Buizel gave us trouble. Much like how Nami gave Luffy a bit of trouble to join the crew in One Piece, Nami Buizel also gave us a bunch of trouble. We also got Pepe Le Pew, the Stunky, Jarrell, the Jirachi, Eli, like Eli Whitney, who created the Cotton Gin, is our Swablu. I think that's all the Pokemon we caught in the last stream. The rest have been from previous episodes. Okay. So with that, let us continue onwards. So Christy, today I saw this interesting image advertising the upcoming arc in Pokemon Journeys. This is a Japanese thing, mind you, so this is way further than where I'm at the anime because I watch it dubbed. But they showed an image of the top, I guess, the 8 champions of the coronation ceremony, which is what Ash is competing in this current arc of Pokemon. And it basically has the 8 different champions, well, with one additional one to kind of make sure it fills out 8 for each 8. So, I'm going to stop real quick because I got to think a little bit about this. So they have on their Lance, who of course is the champion of Kanto and Johto. Steven, champion of Hoenn. Spoiler alert for this game we're currently playing. Cynthia, the champion of Sinnoh. Iris seems to be serving as the champion of Unova, which is awesome because that's what happened in Black and White too, but I think she's recently ascended to that way in the anime, but there you go. Diantha, the champion of Kalos. Ash, the champion of Alola. He's on there with the other champions, which is awesome. Leon, who's of course champion of Galar. And to finish up the 8th slot, they brought back the character named Elan from the X and Y season. He's the one that defeated Ash in the final battle in the Pokemon League. He's the one that had the Mega Charizard X. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy about that because Elan was an amazing character, He even got his own like not spin-off, but he got like 4 specials dedicated to himself in that season.
Yeah, he got. I was about to say, I was like, didn't he? Was he the one that got the like those specials and whatnot that were actually pretty interesting?
Yeah, the Mega Evolution specials. And fun fact, we talked last stream about how much I disliked the Black and White season, but I think the only person that I know for sure disliked that season more than myself was my nephew, who I used to watch Pokemon regularly with. We do now, again, to be clarified. But he got so burnt out by Black and White for many of the same reasons that I did, that he quit the anime and did not go into X and Y initially. I had to show him these Mega Evolution specials to convince him to come back in, because as much as I told him, no, dude, it's okay, XY is much better than Black and White, he's like, no. But I showed him this Mega Evolution special that had a different protagonist, and he absolutely adored them. He loved the Mega Evolution specials. And then, when they went to the X, Y, and Z arc, and, you know, Alon became like a reoccurring character for that final arc, that's when he started watching regularly again, and then he was, you know, back in. And for that reason, he told me that he hates Black and White even more, because now he believes me and that X and Y was a really good season, and he blames himself for being so stubborn and not listening to me to go watch the season, but he blames Black and White for that, because it burned him so much that he was just unwilling to listen to anybody telling him that X and Y was such an improvement. And you know,
I believe it. I mean, it is what it is. It happens.
Oh, this guy wants to give me an egg, so I need to do something real quick. Where's the Oh wait, that's right. I can just do it here, right? I don't have to go all the way back to the center. Duh, man. That's my.
It was a nice improvement that they made. You know, the quality improvement.
Absolutely. So Nami, only because I'm not keeping her off the team permanently, because I do want to keep her on, especially since we earned her. Freaking that was another saga. But temporarily, since she is higher level than everyone else, she can take a little break while we nurse the egg. Yes, we'll take the egg. Egg has been added to the party. This is what I heard about eggs. If you take that egg and travel with energetic Pokemon, it'll hatch. Remember someone announced that. Professor Elm of Johto, maybe? One of my favorite lines from the original Gold and Silver, where Professor Elm is from, was if you go into like one of the first houses in the town, New Bark Town, one of the NPCs will say, Pikachu is an evolved Pokemon. Professor Elm was or something along the lines of like, I was so shocked when Professor Elm made that discovery. And the thing is, as someone that watched the anime, you know, of course, you know, by that time in the anime had come out, they had showed like the Pikachu and Pichu movie, and Pichu was shown heavily in marketing materials. So the news that, you know, Pikachu's an evolved Pokemon, yeah, of course, Pichu has been shown heavily everywhere in both the anime and marketing. But in the actual game itself, I can imagine if there's someone just only playing the game and didn't look at any of that and just like, Pikachu's an evolved Pokemon. It's like, it is? And the crazy thing is, you don't see Pichu in that game until really late. Or, actually, no, that's not true. You can't get a Pichu until late in the game. In the post-game, in fact. Because to get a Pichu in Gold and Silver and Crystal, you have to breed a Pikachu. You cannot catch a Pikachu.
Oh, yeah, you do. You have to breed a Pikachu.
Exactly. And then you cannot catch a Pikachu until you go into the Kanto region in the post-game. Because Pikachu is only found in Route 2, right where Viridian Forest used to be, which is a nice little nod to the original game. Because Pikachu used to be more or less exclusive to the Viridian Forest. It can also be found in the power plant, but that was the main place where people got Pikachu, the forest. So yeah, you had to get a Pikachu, and then you had to breed it to get your Pichu. So you're looking, unless you trade with somebody, you're looking at the post game to get your first Pichu. So I that's nuts to me, honestly. That there are Johto Pokemon that you can only capture in the post game, therefore Kanto. That's crazy. Why is it like that? Why can you only catch a Houndour, this Johto Pokemon, in the Kanto region? In the original Gold and Silver. Now, they fixed a lot of that in the Heart Gold Soul Silver remake by catching them in the Johto Safari Zone. But in the original one, that's crazy, man. Anyway, continuing on with Rudani's adventure. just musings. Because, you know, as we explore around a little bit, you gotta fill the time somehow. Speaking of time... Oh, it was a Chansey. It was not a Blissey that got cut off last stream. Okay. And also, I just love these little baby NPCs that are just hanging out in the strollers. They're adorable. I used the water stone for Pokemon in fall. Which Pokemon was it? Is it an Eevee? A Staryu? Shelder? Like, there's a lot of Pokemon that evolve water stones. And you're kind of
I
telling us
know.
nothing. I love how the church just has its own, like, thing. There's nothing you can actually do in the church, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Uh-oh, who it is. Oh, I'm so sorry. Please excusez-moi. Are you entering a super contest show? Enjoy yourself, please. Incidentally, Fantina, the Hearthome gym leader, also happens to be a super contest show expert. And you may ask yourself, how do I know this? Well, I am Fantina. You may challenge me, but not yet. You must become much stronger. Then you may challenge me. I love how they kind of like retcon Fantina as being from the Kalos region because of her French accent.
Mm-hmm.
Like I forgot which game kind of retconned that in. I think NPC and X and Y say that Fantina originally came from Kalos. Anyway,
I think so.
let's go inside the contest hall. Oh, my hero. Oh, hi, Rudania. Wait, no, really? Johanna's your mom? So you might be a super contest show star? Oh, I don't know about that. I've never spoken to Rudania about super contest shows. Okay, not for nothing. But what is Rudania's mother doing out here all the way from home in house slippers?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a choice, I guess. I'm surprised you two know each other, though. Oh, yes, that's right. I need to thank you for earlier. Please take this sticker. We got an ethereal sticker. Place a sticker on one of your ball capsules before a show. It'll lend a nice touch of sophistication and glamour. I'm a show judge, so come join us for all kinds of fun. If you're unsure of yourself, we also kind of offer practice sessions. Okay, Joanna, I'll see you. Were you surprised to see me, Rudania? I got bored, so I came out to Hearthome for a little vacation. I'm just surprised to see you here, my dear. But are you serious about entering super contest shows? Not dressed that way. It's your Pokemon's time to shine, so you shouldn't just be dressed your usual way. Put this on for a little glamour. Yay, Rudania, you got a dress. I'm sure it'll look good on you. After all, I chose it. Go enjoy the super contest shows, honey. Shows will give you a different look at the many charms of Pokemon. It should be an eye-opening experience for you. Bye now. A nice little detail, I think, is like if you do really good in the contest shows, I think you could also take on Johanna in like one of the contest shows as an opponent.
Mm-hmm. So I found out that making the Poffin is actually really hard for some reason, and I don't know why.
Do you make it in here?
I think there's like a little clubhouse or something you can go make it in.
Okay.
It's not in here. It's like in a building, but it's still in Hearthome City.
Okay, we can check that. Not a link contest show. Well, that may be something we try in a future stream. Wait, can you do contest shows online?
I don't know.
What's this? The Poffin House. Here we go. The Poffin Maker. We're turning to Poffins. Tell me about cooking. Throw the berry pot and get stirring. Watch for an arrow to show you which direction to stir. Be quick. If you stir slow, you'll burn the batter. But not too quick. If you stir too fast, the batter will overflow. If you do well, you cook up a delicious Poffin. You can also make Poffins at Amity Square. I need a Poffin case. Alright, talk to NPCs. No, someone give me the case. No! Who gives me the case? He's visiting all the way from the Hoenn region. Oh yeah, show me to the contest hall. Are you also gonna give me a Poffin case too? Yeah, but you didn't give me the Puffin case though. Dang it.
It's somewhere. I think it's some. I forgot where. It's in one of the houses.
Okay, well, we're gonna go into Amity Square for a second. You can take a cute Pokemon out for a stroll in Amity Square. Let's go walk with. How dare you consider Christy not a cute Pokemon? What?
It's okay. Apparently Mew is too rare, so they weren't sure.
Unacceptable. I guess we'll walk with King Dedede then. Dedede's little stroll. Oh, Mochi's going out to go play too, though.
Oh.
Alright, he looks adorable. Look at him. So cute.
Oh.
He's such a cute little king. Jeremiah says, so I guess you're about to fight Fantina soon. Actually, no. That's actually not happening soon. Because Fantina will not challenge us until we get stronger. Oh, we got a spooky place.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna be spending a little bit of time in this town, and then we'll be kind of like making tracks for the next town. Amulet coin. Ooh, money. What are my Pokemon currently holding? Let me see. We will give. Oh, I can't give items right now. I will do that after we leave Amity Square. Is this Mochi? It is Mochi.
It is.
Mochi's following us too.
Uh-huh. Like, once you talk to them, I think they follow, which is really cute.
Oh, we gotta come here with like a whole bunch of different cute Pokemon. We got a track. Speaking of cute things. Yeah, I would love to cook Poffins. Can someone give me a Poffin case? Volt Switch! Look, that guy has a Pikachu.
It's a Pikachu!
Oh, I just can't believe it. I'm so enjoyed with my Pikachu. Wherever I go, my Pikachu follows me without hesitation. It's just the two of us. Woohoo! A Happiny!
I know, it's adorable.
I love Happiny. Brock's Happiny in the anime was wonderful. Because it was so adorable, but it also just threw people, like, away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw that.
You never saw Brock's Happiny?
No.
Ooh, now our Pokemon.
I stopped watching the anime for like a long time.
Oh man, you gotta. I would say watch a few episodes of the Sinnoh season so you can see Brock's Happiny. It's wonderful. But seriously, who has the case? Maybe it's someone in the church. I'm gonna check the church. At least this at least even though this is JRPG, at least this church doesn't seem to be bad. They've never dealt with like evil churches in Pokemon, have they?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my god. Who has this case?
I think it's in that same house that you're supposed to do it in.
That's where I was. I spoke to the people. Let me try again.
Is that not it?
Yeah, the old woman doesn't give it to me. This old man doesn't give it to
Oh.
me.
Oh, maybe you have to be like almost leaving because I think, or maybe you have to do a contest.
Maybe. Okay, let's try that then. Try a contest. It couldn't hurt. Okay, to the contest hall. You're going to enter Super... Oh, here we go! Super Contest shows, but I don't see a Puffin case. It could be tough for you to run contest shows without one. But if you're determined to enter, don't let me stop you. Wouldn't hurt to get some practice on the counter on the right. You're calling me out on the pot without the Puffin case and you're not giving me one?
What?
Alright, let's join a practice session. We're gonna send in King DDD. And the move... Okay. 1 to 5 high points depending on the Pokemon's groove. For 15 seconds, Miss Notes will not be judged. I used to be like so good at the contest back in Ruby and Sapphire, but this one seems different.
It is. It's slightly different.
I'll try the Bubble Beam. Oh yeah, Ball Capsule. I haven't decorated. That's fine. It's just practice. We're up against a Dragon Tamer, a Beauty, and a Breeder. The Dragon Tamer has a Pikachu!
I know, it's so cute!
Truly, Pikachu is secretly a dragon. Ooh, a Cherubi and a Barboach. Next, the dance evaluation will begin. Okay. Here, your Pokemon rhythms will be evaluated. The move that the guy chose for Barboach is Snore. For the Cherubi, they chose Charm, which seems to be making more sense.
Yeah.
Engage
just a tiny bit.
For as long as it... Nice. Time as good as you hit the nose, your card gauge will fill up. Reminds me of the fishing from Three Houses. Just once during dance evaluation, you can press the X button to use a contest move. Contest moves can use hype points. And if you use yours consecutively with other performers, you can pull off a move chain and receive even more hype points. If the total of all 4 contest hype points heart reaches a certain quota, the Super Contest show will be a success. Remember the Broadway show that they had in black and white?
I do.
They were kind of fun.
Very vaguely, though.
I didn't do that one much. What I actually did a lot of was the Pokestar Studios in black and white too, because those were really good.
You know what I did? I did those battles, the post-game battles, where like the Ferris wheel. No, I don't think it was a battle either. It was more like, post-game where you go to the Ferris wheel and then after that you see like a random character. I did that a lot.
Those are fun. Also, he nicknamed his Pikachu Zapachu. Oh no. This really was harder than the actual one. There we go. There we go. This music reminds me a little bit of the minigame music from one of the games of Pokémon City 2.
Yeah, kind of, a little bit. Oh, you look so happy. Oh, I love that they always look happy.
Ooh, that rhythm was kind of tough. All right, I'm showing off with the Bubble Beam. And that's it for this practice session. Alright, so we did that practice session. This is back onto the actual stage itself. Alright, I feel like we should probably customize the ball that King DDD is in. Place sticker. Okay, we got a few stickers that we can use here. So I'm gonna apply some bubbles at the top here. 3 bubbles, because, he's the, we're gonna throw some music stickers on here as well. We're gonna throw at the bottom here, give a little mermaid feel, you know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna do ethereal stickers, which I'm not going to use, actually. Stone stickers, I'm also not going to use those. Party stickers. Yeah, we're gonna throw a little confetti, because who doesn't love a little confetti?
Right.
And then we got some ribbon stickers. Yeah, you know what? King D deserves his ribbons as well. And I think that'll be good for the first ball. How do I preview? There we go. That's from Muse Ball, actually. Oh. I might adjust a little thing then, because that's from Mew specifically. I want to switch the water for something else. Select Pokemon. Oh, you can choose which Pokemon uses that. Yeah, select King DDD to use that one. Okay, but now let's do one from Mew specifically. So this time, hold on, I'm messing up here. There we go. Play sticker. For Mew, I want to throw out some hearts at the top here. And then I used all the confetti. That's okay. I have one more ribbon sticker. I'll throw that at the top there. What happens to the hearts I just had? I don't see them anymore. Why don't I see them? Did I rotate it? I didn't mean to rotate it.
I don't know.
That's weird. Okay. Anyway. And then we're going to throw... not smoke. We got some nice, like, flora. I'm gonna throw in 2 of these. And let's preview it. Oh, that's cute. I think we'll use that for Christy there. Okay, let's select the Pokemon. There we go. So she has claim to that ball there. Now, I'm going to do one more, I think. This one is, let's see, we have a fire sticker here. This one is going to be, ooh, what is this? Sinister sticker. Ooh, I know which one I want to use for this one. Throw it at the top. Ooh, ethereal stickers as well. So it's going to be a little bit of both. We got a little bit of sinister vibes, and then we also got a little ethereal cute vibes as well. That there. Let's preview that. Ooh, yeah, I like that. Not from you. That is going to be for Mochi. Let me select Pokemon. Because what is a Drifloon but not cute and creepy at the same time?
Right.
I think that'll be it for now. I will probably customize the other Pokemon at another time, but I feel good about that. Anyway, yes, we do want to enter a super contest show. We're going to, I don't know which contest. I didn't think about that. Let's look at King DDD's moves real quick. Oh, that's right. None of the moves fall into a category when they in the contest in this game, unlike the other games where they did fall into one. Oh, I'm putting King DDD in the coolness character in the coolness contest. Okay, coolness contest. Normal rank, because we are just starting. King DDD is ready to go. Uh-oh. I did not mean to. No.
Oh no!
I didn't mean to choose the grass knot as the move. I want to use a bubble beam. There we go. Height point gained by 2. Groove is negative. Ooh. Oh, I'll still use it. And then, of course, we're going to use this ball here. A style before I start. Oh. Okay. So you can choose. So you can go in your street clothes if you want. Or you can do the contest style, which is adorable. Or the platinum style. No. Contest style it is. Because we're going to this contest, we're going to look fabulous. Alright, coolness contest, normal rank. Let's go. Let's get it. Marissa! The girl with the Machop his name is
Marissa?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, the song's getting... Someone use one of their moves? Someone use the move. I'll use it in a second. It's time. Bubble beam. That's the end of the song. Was the song success? Success! What a successful super contest show. You got hull points. Ooh, that's not a lot, but hey, we did our first contest. The stars of the show. Okay. 2 stars to the pair this time. Okay. The stars of the show are... Let's go! We're one of them! Along with the girl that brought in the Shinx.
Aww.
We didn't get any 2 slows. Let's go! The dance was at max, move was at mid, and the visual... That's fair. We don't have a lot of stuff put on just yet.
Yeah.
We're actually becoming stars of the show. Please accept this coolness sticker B as your reward. So, hey, I went to a contest. So not give me anything? It seems you inspired my boyfriend. He's made up his mind to enter a contest show. I'd like to show my thanks for giving you these. 3 song stickers. Getting everything but the... Okay, I'm like literally talking to everyone I can. Okay, did I talk to this person? Is your Pokemon stuck at the start of the show? Really? Where's my photo? Where's my photo? You're the star of the show. Where's my photo? Okay.
Aww.
Right. So we're really lying out here today. That's crazy. Alright. Well, I think we'll do it at the contest another time because we're about 40 minutes in. We should probably make some progress. Let's see. Explore Hearthome City. Okay. Explore. Nebulous Explorer. And yes, after we went to Amity Hall, our King Dedede is now following us. He's so adorable. The penguin is just waddling behind us. Oh, hello! Ta-da! Kept me waiting again, Rudania. Let's see how much tougher you and I've gotten, right here and right now. Hey, you're a trainer now. You're expected to be ready for a battle. No whining, no waiting. Let's get the show started. Oh, I totally wasn't ready for a battle, but sure, we got this. We got 5
I forgot about this battle.
That's fine. We still got 5 Pokemon. Okay, he sent out Starly first. Okay, Christy, you're taking the lead.
I got this, I think. Maybe. We'll see.
The only tech move we have is Grass Knot. Maybe you don't got this. But that's okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use Amnesia. In exchange for forgetting the things that don't matter and our special defense rolls. Okay, oh no, it's going for a double team. We gotta get out of here before it gets too bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I also didn't check the TMs that I got as well, so I gotta do that. Baton Pass. The Baton Pass made you stronger. Yeah, we're gonna go hard into the Kimba, I believe. And hopefully stop him before he double teams too much. Intimidated, okay. Oh no, it's the second double team. Oh no, if we don't OHKO with this Spark, this could be a problem. This could be a big problem. Oh, also, I gotta move myself to the top left here, because I'm blocking the status bar there.
Oh, I forgot. Completely forgot.
It is all good. Okay, Starly's gone. We were lucky enough to get it. Okay, he's about to send out Buizel. So Chrissy's got this. Redemption Arc. Go for it. Ooh, level 20. Oh yeah? I'll show you something wicked too! Aggressive. Hey, it was enough to OHKO the Buizel. That Buizel can't hold a candle to our Nami. Alright, Barry's about to send out Grotto. Ooh. It's time to flex. We could go Oliver, but I'm gonna send out King DDD to assert dominance. Yeah, I know tight matchups, but sometimes you just gotta have the rivalry of the starters. Alright, so I wonder if it has any special moves. I'm gonna go into the Metal Claw first. It's using Stealth Rock. Uh-oh. That means we're gonna have problems getting out of here in this fight. But that's fine. We don't retreat. Hit it with the Charm. Oh, that's right. He has the Quick Claw. Charm it! Okay, so he has the Razor Leaf, so good thing I used the Charm. Yeah, that helps. That's useful. Then we're going to go for the second Metal Claw here. This is doing very little damage. Grotto's... oh no. Oh no, it's using the Curse. And here's the thing, you use Stealth Rock, because if I switch to Oliver now, Oliver will take big damage. I'm going to use a second Charm. Because if its only grass move is Razor Leaf, then the Charm will reduce its the damage. Yeah, we're good. Yes! We got the race! There's like a 10% chance of that happening with Metal Claw. Okay, we're good. We're good. Now our Metal Claw will do more damage. Hurry-ya! Oh no, he's using another curse. Oh dear. I remember in the anime, Ash had the Turtwig, and its main gimmick was basically going really fast to overwhelm opponents. But then I remember there was an arc where, you know, his Turtwig evolved into Grotto. And when it became Grotto, it wasn't fast anymore. And it was so sad. It was like trying so hard to like run fast, but it just wasn't anymore. And this forced Ash and Grotto to basically kind of like rethink their strategy from the ground up, and so there's like a little mini training
I
arc.
kind of remember. I kind of remember that.
It was actually a heartwarming arc because both Ash and Grotto had to get over their respective disappointments and not being able to use strategies that worked so well for them. But they worked together and they grew from the experience and their bond grew. It was actually very touching. Oh man, another curse! Oh, this Grotto's becoming too powerful. His defense is like so high now. I'm gonna have to use another charm. There's no other choice. We're getting to the point where even my grass knot might do more damage. That Grotto actually might be heavy. It's a big turtle. Maybe the grass knot will do. Maybe the grass knot will actually hurt. Oh god! But first we gotta heal because we're getting hurt here. Super potion here. Oh my god! If Barry uses a potion with his Grotto, I'm gonna cry. Alright, let's try the grass and see what kind of damage we do. That did a little more damage than the Metal Claw, actually. I'm gonna stick with that. Oh man, Barry set it up. He's not playing around anymore. He's only using Razor Leaf now. Let's go! The Grotto's gone!
Hooray!
What type disadvantage?
Laugh nervously.
Star rivalry continues. Alright, Ponyta. Oh. Well, is that his last Pokemon? I mean, I could keep King Dedede and hit the Ponyta with the Bubble Beam, but Mochi and Oliver hasn't gotten to do anything this match. I guess I'll use... Darn it, but it has the Stealth Rock. So switching in both of them could be a bad idea. We'll keep Dedede in. Sorry guys, I don't want to hurt you from the rocks. Tail Whip. At this stage, Barry, please. Hold this Bubble Beam real quick. And it's gone. Poor Ponyta. We never found a Ponyta.
We did not.
I might go back to see if I can find one, because I want a Ponyta. What just happened? You're telling me I lost?
Yep, we did. We are.
Ah! You KO'd my team again? This messes up my dream of becoming the greatest trainer ever! No! I just need to get tougher and keep winning. One day. That's it. I'm going to challenge the Veilstone Gym next. See you around, Redania. You'll be blown away by how much tougher I'll be next time we meet. There he goes again. Oh yeah, my team did not get healed. Let's go ahead and just do that real quick. Oh, night has fallen in the city now. Because it's past 8 my time. Okay. The egg is still twitching a little bit. Ooh, I might have to get some cake after this stream. We have some at the fridge. Because I had dinner. I was literally eating it while we were having our meeting earlier, but I'm starting to get hungry again. So yeah, it might be cake.
Yeah, I haven't had food, so.
Oh my God, Christy, get yourself some food. You can eat while we're doing the stream. It's totally fine. I promise.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, but
I'll be
promise
fine.
me you'll get food if you are suffering.
Yeah, I will. Don't worry about it.
Okay. On that note, let me check the Pokédex real quick. All right, where's this Ponyta? How many chances do we have to find one? There we go. Ponyta. Where are you at? Okay. It's past Salacion Town as well, so we still have a chance to get Ponyta. Okay, I'm not gonna sweat it for now then. For now.
For now.
Okay, so now we're gonna be making our way to Veilstone City. We're on the road to Veilstone City. Oh man, I miss.
It kind of works.
It kind of works. All I have to say, I just kind of miss the old Pokemon jukebox music they used to do. They don't do that anymore. You get the opening song and that's it. And you know, the openings for Pokemon, they've been hit or miss. Some of them have been really good and some of them have not. Hey, by the way, guys, if you're watching this stream, check out hpcritical.com because I think last year it was, I wrote an article where I described every Pokemon opening with one sentence each. So if you're curious at how some of those openings stacked up over the years, go check out my article. I will give you one minor spoiler on that article. Despite how much I dislike the Black and White season, the opening, especially that third season of Black and White, the third Black and White opening is like one of my all-time favorite openings. It's so good. It's better than it has any right to be. Like, it almost makes you forget that season was garbage, but the opening was so good. Okay, there's a breeder there. Unless I'm gonna send Oliver in the lead for a little bit. How's the egg doing? Let me just check it real quick. It doesn't seem close to hatching. This egg definitely requires a lot of steps. Also, I love the music for Route 209, and obviously. One of the musicians for Smash Brawl agrees because one of the songs in Smash Brawl and the Pokemon stage was the Route 209 music from Diamond and Pearl. That's one thing I really like about the fact that because Chrissy, you like me, I'm sure remember the days of Smash 64 and Melee where each stage had one song. Melee sometimes had two, but for the most part you got one song per stage, right? So.
I think so.
So yeah, if you went to the Mario stage, of course you got that da 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 because that's the main Mario theme. If you went to Legend of Zelda stage, you got the da 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 because that's the main theme. And it's the obvious choice, of course, to have the main theme of said game to be the stage music, obviously. But hold on, let me do this battle so I can talk and at least make progress as we're going. Anyway, but it also felt limiting in a way because obviously all these games have like wonderful soundtracks, and to only really have the essentially the main theme be your stage theme was very limiting. And Sakurai clearly agreed because with Brawl, he went crazy with that. He decided to like, you know what? Every stage is gonna have multiple songs from the series. And at the time, I thought that was crazy. Now, at the time, I was one of the only ones of my friends that actually cared about that feature. But I was like, I remember looking at the Smash Dojo where they had the Smash Brawl updates back in the day, and just looking at the list of songs that played on just Delfino Plaza. You could either have Delfino Plaza itself, you could have the main thing from New Super Mario Brothers for the DS. You could have like the I think the ground theme for Super Mario 64. Like that one stage had all these different songs, and then they just kept adding over the years to Smash, and it's incredible. Like obviously there's over 1,000 songs in Smash Ultimate, so how far it's gone is really impressive. But to bring it back to Pokemon specifically, it has 30. That's why they get it. Anyway, to bring it back to Pokemon specifically, the nice consequence of them doing that was that Bomb Slice and Grass Knot, but Mew is like light as a feather, so it did nothing.
Whoopsies.
Theoretically, would that even work? Because Mew floats. Anyway, let's not go into that. Anyway, so going back to the Pokemon music, because they, could have so much more songs, that opened the door to having actual root music from the game. Which, before that game, where the option of having more music was possible, that probably wasn't realistic. Oh, Pichu is the next Pokemon! Okay, sorry.
Pichu.
Okay, I'm gonna send Kimba here. But I don't have anything particularly useful against Pichu specifically, but we can at least take the electric hits. Pause for a second for the Pichu to come out, and then I will continue talking. There it is. It's adorable. I love Pichu. Do you remember the Pichu Brothers? I was talking about it earlier, but do you remember the Pichu Brothers short from that came up before the Pokemon 3 movie? With the Pichu Brothers?
The Pichu Brothers shorts? Yeah. I remember that one. It was so cute.
That one was adorable. I love the Pichu brothers. Melee actually referenced that with one of his event matches where you could fight the Pichu brothers and Pikachu on the Dreamland stage. That event match was hard because it was essentially a 3-on-1 fight, and the AI of that fight was actually good. So it was actually pretty difficult to win that fight. And the thing is, the Pichus would keep respawning unless you took out Pikachu. So you had to defeat Pikachu first, and then the Pichus to win the fight. Because every time you beat the Pichus, they would respawn, which made that fight even harder. That you had to do it in order. It was something. Anyway.
That is rough.
But yeah, since I'm talking about Smash and continuing my thing, yeah, you can get Root music now in the later games. So you got Route 209 from this game. You got Route 1 from Red and Blue. You got the Victory Road music. The Victory Road remix is really good. They used it for the Rayquaza boss fight in Brawl, if I remember. And that was really cool. But then you also have Route 23 from Black and White 2. And my all-time favorite, and you'll appreciate this, Christy, Route 10 from Black and White. One of the best Route music songs ever in a game. And that was before it got remixed for Smash. I'm just saying. Like, I remember going to that route in Black and White. It's the last route before you go to the Pokemon League. The music was so impactful.
That music was actually really great. I loved it.
Route 10 was so good. So you can imagine my surprise 4 years later, maybe it was 3 years later, but anyway, playing Smash Brothers 4 for the first time and seeing that of all the songs they could have remixed for Smash, they chose Route 10. And then, on top of that, it was remixed by Yoko Shimomura, one of my all-time favorite musicians, and the remix was beautiful. I had a launch party for Smash that day with two of my friends, and we were listening to the Route 10 remix at like 2:30 a.m. in the morning and crying at how beautiful the remix was. That they picked Route 10 as a song, and that it got remixed in such a beautiful way by Yoko Shimomura herself. Memories. Ooh, a fisherman. You can switch over to Christy for the lead real quick. Let's go with that. Yes, sir. A good rod is good. That's not what I expected, but hey, we got the good rod.
Hey, that works.
It does. Nah, we know how to use the fishing rod. We're good for it. We do. Now that we have the good rod, why don't we try to fish something? See what pops up. I'm gonna switch Oliver back to the front again, because that is not what I expected to happen. The Yoko Shimomura remixes in Smash are incredible, but I mean that's to be expected because she's amazing.
Yep, exactly. I wouldn't expect anything else, to be honest.
Yeah. I would highly recommend after the stream, Christy, to listen to, like, I'm sure you've heard it at some point, but I would recommend re-listening to it. And if you're watching the stream, and you have, well, even if you don't have a personal connection to Route 10 like me and my friend did at the time, it's just a beautiful song. So I'd recommend just listening to it independently if you can. It's better with context, obviously. It hit me pretty hard because I had the context, but it's still just a beautiful song. Anyway, I'm going to give this to Oliver. How many held items do I have? Actually, not a whole lot yet. I also got to check my TMs because I've been slacking on doing that. Let me see. What would be good? Volt switch. That is a special move. I'm gonna give that to Christy actually, because that'll not only give her an electric move, a special one at that, but also gives her an escape in case I switch to a Pokemon and it's not a good matchup. Let me see. Flexible, using the same type as the target. I mean, that could be useful. I guess we'll get rid of Amnesia. Ooh, but that makes Baton Pass kind of useless too. Yep. Oh well. We have one Attract. I'm not going to use that right now. Stealth Rock, Grass Knot, Cut, Rock Smash. I guess that's it. It was pretty much just Volt Switch, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, let's register the good rod. Replace the old rod with it. Yep, replace the old rod with the good rod. Speaking of Black and White, I remember how Black and White fishing just did not happen until the post game, which was an interesting choice.
Yeah, I remember that. Just a tiny bit. It's been a while since I played Black and White.
What was the register? I thought the register button was up. Wait, what? What was the register button? Hold on.
Isn't it the plus?
You're right. You're right. That's right. I was trying to use the D-pad.
Yeah, it's not the D-pad. It
Okay.
confuses me from time to time too.
A Magikarp with our good rod.
Yes, you will still get Magikarps.
I mean, I know that's a possibility, but like at the same time, I'm sad. I want my money back, Fisherman, even though you gave me this for free. Oh, but here's the thing, though. This Magikarp's level 20. Do we have a Magikarp already? We do, according to the icon. So, you know, one level, but we have a Magikarp already. It's not like I'm planning on putting on the team at the moment. What did we name our Magikarp this time? Let me double check this. Gatekeeper! Yes! That's right! Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Oh, man. That is more relevant today because I am currently redoing 3 houses. Finally doing the Black Eagle routes. Trying to get that done before next month when 3 Hopes releases. So I have a month and a half because it comes out at the end of... this guy's not talking to me? You jog every morning, too? It's night, dude. It's not morning. You train with a beaver roll? Oh, she's training for... Looks to me like you're ready for super contest. You beat me to the punch. An experienced contestant like you deserves these. We got 3 electricity stickers. Nice. Uh-oh. Wild Pokemon's appearing. It's a Bibaro! We just saw. Alright. Intimidate the Bibaro. I guess we can catch it. Let's see what we can do here. Wing attack. It's defense curling, so maybe a wing attack won't take it out. I just hope it doesn't have rollout. That'd be bad.
Yeah. Keep it roll and roll out. Ew, it's rough.
Okay, it's growling. Cool. Even if it has rollout, it wasted its opportunity. You're familiar with the defense curl rollout strategy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we got the Bibaro.
Hooray!
We're not going to use it, but we have to name it nonetheless because it is a friend, even if it is a distant one. Oh, look at the way it sits, though.
I know, isn't it so cute?
It is cute. Alright, it's a beaver. Wait, what gender is it? It's a female Bibaro. Darn it, I was gonna go like with the names of the 2 angry beavers whose names I don't even remember, so that's bad. A female beaver. Oh god, I don't know any female beavers in cartoons.
I don't either, unfortunately.
Okay. I guess we can call it something basically like Beatrice.
That works.
Yeah, okay, Beatrice. There you go. I'm curious of her stats though, just out of curiosity. Yeah, nice neutral nature. In the box with ya.
Oh, poor thing.
We got a jar of honey. Ooh, I could go for a smacker of honey. Alright, so this person is just running. Ooh, we're gonna have a double battle in a second. There's twins over there. Oliver and Kimba seems like a good doubles lead. We'll go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember like really enjoying like the PokeStar Series Black and White too because you know you basically got to film you got to film your own movies with like Pokemon you provided. Oh, it's a Mime Junior. How adorable. Anyway, but once you did the movies once, you were allowed to bring your own Pokemon, and you could like influence the script yourself and create alternate endings to the movie.
Oh yeah, I think I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, some of those some of the, like, I think what was it? It was like you can make, for each movie you can make the good ending, which is what the intended, which is what the director intended. You can do the bad ending, which means you failed to meet the objectives, or you can do what was called the quirk ending, where you just, if you do something very specific, you can change the entire outcome of the movie. I loved trying to unlock the quirk endings because they were so weird.
Yeah. I don't think I ever played it that far, though.
I spent too much time there. My friend Zach actually at the time got mad at me because I wasn't making progress in the story. Because I was just doing movies.
Yeah, I don't think I ever played it that much, to be honest. Especially with the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, story. I just want the story, and that's it.
It's to this day my favorite minigame in Pokemon. It's, well, you know, not including stuff like Stadium or whatever. But yeah, no, I fell deep into that. I guess the Ruby and Sapphire contests are a close second though, because those were fun. Those were fun once you learn the mechanics. I can't think of any other minigames that like got me as hard as that one. Other minigames that I definitely wasn't a fan of, like the game corner minigames and like the older games, because yeah, those are either about luck or timing. Yeah. Bug catching contest in Gold and Silver was kind of fun. Oh, there's the Pokathlon from Heart Gold Soul Silver. That was actually kind of fun for a little bit.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I spent a lot of time in there.
Yeah, it was fun doing
surprisingly.
Those little races were actually pretty neat. I see a little girl with a Pikachu hat, so I gotta be careful here. Hi, I'm a Pokemon. Kids that have the Pikachu outfits are adorable. But, like, they also raise questions because, oh, she has a Pikachu herself. And what I was gonna say, they raise questions though because, you know, you're not supposed to become a trainer till you're 10. These kids are clearly younger. And they're out there with Pokemon.
Yeah.
So, you know, what's the deal here, Mom? Is 10 the actual early age, or did you just not want to have your little girl leave the nest that soon? There's also, like, in the Sun and Moon Championship, once you've beaten it once, you can redo it, and there'll be, like, random trainers that will appear as your opponent. And one of the trainers that can appear to challenge you for your championship throne is a youngster. And
oh, really? So I've always wanted to do it, but I never really did it. Maybe I should go back in, like, replay Sun and Moon for fun.
The downside is, like, yeah, it is completely random. So if you're trying to, like, fight a specific trainer as your championship fight, you may not get it. It's just complete luck. And there's all kind of different possibilities. You could either fight, if we're talking about the original Sun and Moon, you could either fight Kukui again. You could fight Hal for the final battle. You could fight what was his name? The guy that had the Silvally. Gladion. You can fight him again. You could fight a completely new trainer called Ryuki, who never appears anywhere else in the game, but he's like a dragon trainer. I think Mullane can challenge you as well, who otherwise in the original game wasn't an opponent. You could battle him. And then, yeah, that random youngster could come challenge you for the championship. And his team was actually surprisingly good, which was weird. I think even Guzma could challenge you as well, but don't quote me on that one. I'm not entirely sure about that. Another breeder fight. Listen, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a battle with Pokemon. Sure, why not? The breeders always have a lot of Pokemon on their team. Okay, why is it? She has that weird anime mouth that's kind of like curled up in a way.
Oh yeah, she really does.
Yeah.
I never really noticed it until now that you mentioned it. Huh.
It's kind of cute, but also kind of weird. Every time I see a character like that in like the anime, I'm just like, that's kind of adorable, but also, I don't know. There's some male characters that have it too. Like I remember Bill in the anime had that kind of no, a Cleffa is about to come up. Okay. Oh god, what do I use against a Cleffa? So I'm saying Oliver. My name is Oliver Queen. For 5 years, I was trapped in an island in hell, determined to save my city. God, I completely forgot the monologue. I used to know it from heart. He said at the beginning of every episode of Arrow, the full monologue. But then, to be fair, it also changed every season, so there's that. Oh no, we got attracted to the Pokemon that got knocked out. So there's only tragedy involved now. Okay, Jennifer's about to send up Badoo. We will keep that. Oh, Badoo's name reminds me of Didoo. Who, I must say, I actually really like his chin strap style beard in Three Hopes. It suits him.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy how choosing the house will have you grow through these characters that you probably otherwise may have not liked. Like Hubert.
Yeah.
I'm starting.
Hubert.
I'm starting to like Hubert.
So Hubert, I thought I wouldn't like at all, but I really like Hubert. I still really don't like. Oh my goodness. What's his name? What's his face name? Friends.
Yes,
I still
Lawrence.
don't like him.
I knew it had to be Lawrence.
I'm like, yeah, nope, not a fan. Still not a fan. Nope.
There's a broken chronometer tower. There seems to be something perfect for an odd keystone. No, not yet. Not yet. Lawrence, he's a problem child, but he has a good heart.
Does he really?
He does. His support conversations, they speak well to his character.
I guess.
Oh.
Still not my favorite character, I think.
I mean, that's fair. I'm just saying he's not bad. That's all. And like not evil is what I'm trying to say. Like he does, he has a lot of issues expressing, his ideals, and I think that's his major character flaw. Like he wants to do good for people, but he can't get over his nobility status, and sometimes he puts his foot in his mouth as a result. But Ferdinand has a similar issue, just not as egregious as Lawrence.
Yeah, Ferdinand, at least, like, in his supports, he's starting to realize that Lawrence, man.
Lawrence, the difference between Ferdinand and Lawrence is like you said, Ferdinand realizes. With Lawrence, he doesn't change per se, but he starts to adapt slightly. Basically, he doesn't do a major change. He just kind of tweaks who he is to who he's around.
Yep, that's what he does.
Like, in his supports of Marianne in particular, at first, he's charmed by Marianne because he believes that underneath her, untidy appearance that she keeps because, of the way she is, he thinks, oh, there's a diamond under that rough. And then over time, as you go further in the conversations, he's trying to bring out her beauty, much to her chagrin, but then eventually realizes that the beauty that he was attracted to was what lies within. So he doesn't really change his personality. He just realized that his assessment was incorrect, and then praises Marianne for her inner beauty as opposed to her outer beauty, which Marianne really likes because no one's ever said anything like that to her. So it's for stuff like that I like. Is again, doesn't change, but he at least corrects himself, if that makes sense. What am I going up against? It was
Kind of, but still.
But yeah, as for the characters that we shown, I'm hoping there's more playable than the 6 we've seen so far. I hope the other houses' characters are not there just to be decoration, if that makes sense.
I guess we'll see. But it looks like that you're actually joining the house, so you won't be the teacher as playing as Shaz. Which is going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't. Well, you might be teaching him a little. I don't think it's going to be as involved as Byleth. Which, by the way, I'm really interested in seeing how Byleth's role goes.
Kind of curious to see how everything changes.
Mm-hmm.
if Violet was not the professor.
Yeah, will they actually just become an emotionless monster that just wants to kill everything and everyone? In which case, they should still work with Dimitri. Haha, anyway. Oh my god, it's nothing but Bidoof. Why did this trainer appear in the Bidoof special? He has 5 Bidoof.
I forgot about him.
Bidoof. Every time I see Bidoof, I think of that song from the Bidoof special.
Bidoof, Bidoof, Bidoof.
Oh my god, she literally had 5 Bidoof. I thought that at least the last one would be a Biba roll, but nah, she just stick to the 5 Bidoof. She's the real. Why isn't this trainer in the Bidoof special? Why is no one talking about this trainer at all?
They clearly forgot about her.
They clearly forgot about her, and that is unacceptable. She's out here been representing Bidoof before they memed him or her.
Mm-hmm.
She's been in those trenches when Bidoof was being made fun of for being the HM slave, and just the fact that it looked goofy. Like, nah. You're out here liking Bidoof now. She liked Bidoof before it was cool. Before y'all saw the cute pictures in New Pokemon Snap. Before you saw the Bidoof special. Before HMs went away and you could just get a cute Bidoof from the wild help you out. Nah. This girl was here from the start, and I show my respect. The Lost Tower. Are there there's trainers in the Lost Tower, right?
Yeah.
We shall go in a second. We got a battle of Calcium. Calcium is good for the bones. It's also good for boosting your special attack. Permanently. Yeah, you know, I drink a lot of milk, but I don't know, Christy. I don't think my special attack is increasing. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, unfortunately.
At least my bones are strong. You know what you're actually supposed to be drinking milk for, not increasing special attack. But you know, I just kind of want it to happen anyways. Hey, a Zubat. I think we've already caught one though.
I think so too. They appear so frequently that I'm pretty sure we caught one. I would be surprised if we didn't.
We have indeed caught a Zubat. I don't remember what we nicknamed our Zubat. I'm gonna check the box in a second. Let's see. Oh, I guess we can do a quick safety save. That's not what I meant to do, but sure, we'll do that. Okay. Boxers. Oh, that's right. It's a female Zubat. We nicknamed her Ryan Wilder after Batwoman. Which, by the way...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which, by the way, rest in peace to Batwoman. That show got canceled.
Yeah.
Along with Legends of Tomorrow. That one really hurt me. Batwoman, last season was alright, but it was one of my favorite DC shows. But Legends of Tomorrow, that gutted me to hear that it was canceled. Like, ugh. Especially the way the last season ended. It was a tease for future stuff, and that future stuff was really cool. I'll just say it. Booster Gold was going to come in, and he was going to be played by Donald Faison! Or Faison. I freaking love Donald Faison. He's a really funny actor. I didn't watch a lot of Scrubs, but what I did watch, I enjoyed.
Uh-huh. And I mean, that's all that matters in the end, is that you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I suppose. By the way, you haven't watched Star Wars Resistance, right?
No.
Okay.
I haven't.
So season 2 of Star Wars Resistance introduces a Rhodian character played by Donald Faison, and his name is, and I'm fully serious, his name was Hype Faison. It was great.
That's
also,
hilarious.
Hey, Ghastly. Ghastlies don't have a lot of special defense, do they?
They don't.
I cannot use Kimba here. It will destroy this Ghastly even if I only use Spark. Let's go with King Dedede's Bubble Beam, and it should hopefully be able to tank it. Because I want to catch a Ghastly. Oh, mean look. Ooh, good thing we switched when we did. Okay, let's go with the Bubble Beam here. and we took it out. Oh.
Oh no.
We'll have to
It
find another
happens.
We'll have to find another Ghastly. Because I want a Ghastly to be my friend. And they're ghost Pokemon that are in this tower by themselves. They probably need friends too. There's a youngster coming here. Yeah, Hype Phazon was great. he was like my favorite character. So Resistance finished its run before Rise of Skywalker came out. So there was a part of me that was hoping that in the final in that final scene of Rise of Skywalker, where all the ships from all the Resistance are like working together against the the Exegol raid. I was hoping that one of those ships would be the cast of Resistance there, especially Hype Phazon. Like I could just imagine, like the way he talked was like, "Yeah, Hype Phazon in the house." What? Like that's literally how he talked.
In the world?
Yeah, so I was like really hoping that there would be like Kazuna Ziono from Resistance and Hype Phazon would just be there, just talking their nonsense as that raid was going on. But it wasn't to be. I don't think they referenced the Resistance characters at all in that final battle.
I don't think so, unfortunately. I don't think they referenced like a lot of things.
No, unfortunately. Like Rebels got a little bit of reference in Rise of Skywalker because the ghost from Rebels is in that fight in Exegol. You have to look for it, but it is there. The ghost was also, if I remember, in Rogue One as well, which was pretty neat. Oh wow!
Oh really?
Oh yeah. If you look at that final battle of Rogue One, it's a blink and you miss it, but the ghost was definitely there.
Oh.
You saw BB-8 in not BB-8, Chopper in Rogue One, right?
I remember somebody mentioning it to me.
It's also a blink and you miss it scene, but yeah, Chopper is totally in Rogue One. And I remember popping off in the theater when I saw him. Let's see. Let's go with... That shows had a lot of defense, actually. It was taking hits. I'm going to switch over to Oliver here, I think. Yeah, Resistance... I have a lot of issues with Resistance. A lot. Particularly with the main character, Kazuda. He has a few good moments, but... My main problem with Resistance is, like... Unlike Rebels, which I think felt like a nice balance between the tone of Clone Wars and, being a Disney animated show, it had that balance. Like, there were some parts that was clearly aimed for children. There's something that is, like, meant for the Star Wars fans, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But Resistance felt like it was just straight up Star Wars for children in many ways. Like, the characters didn't really... Like, the main character, Kazuna Ziono, was just, like, straight up kind of bumbling, even though he was entrusted by Poe Dameron to do this covert mission. And it's just like, Poe, what do you see in this kid? He's kind of a joke. And he's assisted by this Nikto character called Niku, who's like, the way he talks is just kind of like, hello, Kazuna Ziono. I see you're here sitting by yourself. Can I help you with anything today? No, Niku, everything's okay. Okay, then I will not be helping you. How else should I hang out with you today? It was just like, he was kind of annoying. But despite how much of the characters of Resistance bothered me as a whole, I still really wanted to see them in Rise of Skywalker, just to hear their like if they each got like one line in the Rise of Skywalker, the film final battle, I would have been so happy, especially from Hype Phazon.
Mm-hmm.
God, no one talks about Hype Phazon, but I love him. I mean, I wonder why. Me, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can see it.
Oval Stone. Oh, interesting. What's down this way? Nothing. Let's go upstairs. Lost Tower is just discount Pokemon Tower from Red and Blue. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. A Roughneck. I think. I think that's what his trainer class is called.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Roughneck. Roughneck Kirby!
Kirby! Clear. And with a little Cleffa.
With a little Cleffa, and his trainer class is a bald head. Clearly a reference.
Clearly.
Metal Claw. Happy 30th birthday, Kirby.
It's so hard to believe that it's Kirby's 30th already.
I know. Kirby is a few months older than I am. It's crazy to think that, like, even though obviously I was too young to like appreciate Kirby, he's been around my entire life.
I know, it's hard to believe that. Feels weird thinking about it sometimes.
And I had the Game Boy Color as my first handheld system, but I didn't. Ironically enough, of all those Kirby games that were released on the Game Boy, the only one I actually had for the Game Boy was Kirby Tilt and Tumble. Are you familiar with that one?
No, I'm not. I think my first Kirby game was on the N64.
Oh, okay. That was my first console Kirby game. No, that was my first Kirby game, period. But after playing that one and loving it, I was like, ooh, Kirby on the Game Boy. I'm going to play that one. Tilt and Tumble. So Tilt and Tumble was, it actually uses gyro controls. It was one of the few Game Boy games that actually had like a gyrometer inside its cartridge. So you like literally moved Kirby by tilting your Game Boy around to go through levels. Unfortunately, I couldn't really appreciate that at the time. And it's one of the games one of the very few games in my life that I've actually given away, and I very much regret that. It's why I don't give away or trade games, because the few that I have, I kind of regret. Like, I gave away...
Yeah.
What's that? Like, what? I've given away Kirby Tilt and Tumble. I traded in a Game Boy Color Tomb Raider game I have. I don't really regret that one, because I really did not enjoy that game as well as a kid. I traded away a Dexter's Laboratory Game Boy Advance game. That game was trash. I'm glad I got rid of that one. Yeah, those three. I traded Wario World for the GameCube. And the reason why I did that was not because the game was bad, is because it had the most annoying pause menu of any game I've ever played. If you pause if you pause Wario World, you know, it shows your treasure status. And because it shows your treasure status, while you're going to the treasure status, you hear Wario going, na 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 na, for the entirety of while you're paused. And that annoyed me so much, like, I don't want to ever touch this game ever again. When I could have just muted the game when I'm in the pause menu. Because again, the game was good. It's just I was so annoyed as a kid at just got that pause menu that I just couldn't keep the game.
I mean, I get it.
It
happens.
It does. So yeah, those four for sure. What else did I trade in? Oh yeah, I traded in Wario Land 3. I regret that one for sure. Like, it's another Wario game, because I remember as a kid, I just didn't like Wario Land 3 as much as 2, so I was like, I traded it in. Regret that. But now I have it on 3DS eShop, or Virtual Console, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I still don't like 3 as much as 2. Like, Wario Land 2 I adore, but, you know, 3 is eh. At least I have it. Let's go upstairs. I mean, come on. We're in this tower, and there's not even a ghost of a Marowak coming to ambush us. Like, come on.
Nope. No ghost to be found, unfortunately.
And speaking of no ghosts, I have not encountered another Ghastly yet. Like, come on.
The Ghastly said, nah, we're not doing it today.
But the Ghastlies, they like to play pranks on people. And
this is very true too.
Maybe
this is their prank.
Maybe that's it. Remember that time that Ash just straight up died to the ghost Pokemon in Lavender Tower? And he and Pikachu died, and they just flew around as ghosts for the episode. It was great.
Yep.
Oh man. How many times has Ash died, by the way? So he died there. He died in Pokemon the first movie. The 8th movie, he died again. I gotta rewatch Pokemon I Choose You. I think he died there as well. And I think the thing was that Ho-Oh revived him. I gotta double check that.
I think so.
Yeah, that sounds right. But yeah, this little kid has not made it alive in many cases, and just happened to be lucky in ways that could revive him, thankfully. It's dangerous being a Pokemon trainer. Amazingly, he didn't die in Pokemon 2000, where he was trying to save the world. But I guess that's another thing.
Yeah.
Just switching my team here. About to do a double battle, I think. Yep. I reckon you ought to battle. Challenged by Ranchers Beth and Bob. Ponyta and Weasel. Oh man. Every time I see a Ponyta, I'm just like, why isn't it my team? Why isn't it on my team?
Because you haven't found it yet.
I'm just waiting for the Ponyta to become my best friend. That's all.
You make it sound so simple.
Why not? If little girls can have a pony, why can't I have a Ponyta? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, true. True.
Ponyta used to be that Pokemon I just like. It was one of the few Pokemon that's just like, eh. But in recent years, I've really come around to Ponyta. Like, it's just become one of my favorites. It's up there anyway.
I'm still kind of meh on Ponyta. Granted, like, in Legends I had a Ponyta. But in the end I was like, meh. And I felt bad.
Glaring Ponyta was adorable as well.
I really want to love Ponyta, but I don't know. Yes, it just doesn't work out for my team comp, which makes me kind of sad. But it is what it is.
Shout out to our Galarian Ponyta that we had in the Shield playthrough, Dorothea. Cycling back to Three Houses talk.
I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen. Nervous at the same time too.
Yeah. As long as Dorothea comes back, though.
Yeah, I really hope so.
They haven't shown her in any trailers. Mercedes is there, which, that's the most important thing to me. But I hope to be able to play as her as well. We'll see. But I also want to see Marianne.
I would like to see everybody being playable, but I guess time will tell.
Perhaps. Oh, another double battle. I can't embarrass myself again, not in front of my girlfriend. I don't want to look bad again. Now my boyfriend is watching. Oh, they're adorable. They don't want to disappoint the other. Look at them! Look at them! They're adorable. Mischievous and Murkrow. Darn it. I low-key wanted a Murkrow for my team in Shining Pearl, but couldn't find one in the trailer, so I abandoned it. I'm gonna do it another time, though. I want the Honchkrow. I love Honchkrow so much.
I'm glad that's one of us.
Oh my goodness.
I just have no opinion on Honchkrow.
I just like the top hat gangster vibe that it gives. I actually, in my senior prom, I did an outfit that was loosely themed on Honchkrow because I had like a suit, a top hat. I even had a cane. Because I really like the aesthetic. It was also partially inspired by Giovanni, specifically in his Heart Gold Soul Silver Pierce, where he had the hat as well. I just thought it was such a cool outfit, and he had the Honchkrow, so I was just like, I have to do this for prom. And so I did. So why is this couple celebrating their anniversary in this tower? You know what? Let's not think about it.
I don't know. That's a good question.
We've reached the top. We got a cleanse tag. What else do we get from going up here? We got TM96s.
Hooray!
Ooh, it's the strength. It's strength.
Which is what we need.
It is indeed. All right, let's head out of here, and hopefully we find a ghastly. The encounter right here is like, the encounter right here is like so low.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's really low in your game because almost every single step I took, I had like a Pokemon battle.
Yeah. Like nothing. We're just walking. I haven't even equipped the cleanse tag. Just moving.
Maybe the Ghastlies are playing a prank on you.
It must be. Oh well, Ghastly said no. I guess we're going in then. Wait, is that another young couple? Oh dear. Where's my team? Another young couple. Young couple Sue and Tai. I don't know why that just reminds me of the what Terriermon used to always say in Digimon, moment in time.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, did you ever watch that particular season of Digimon with the
No.
It was like
no, I only watched like seasons 1 and 2, and I caught like a tiny bit of 3.
Okay. 3 is actually really good. Not a lot of people talk about it because they probably have more memories of the first 2 seasons, which is fair. But I like 3 a lot. It has a pretty interesting plot. Characters were more interesting.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, one of the main characters, Henry, was actually Chinese, and his Terriermon would routinely say "momentai," which I think is Chinese for "don't worry about it." Sounds familiar.
There's a scene where they're literally like falling, seemingly to their death, and they're all screaming, and Terriermon is just like "momentai," and then one of the girls, Rika, is like, "You're kidding, right?"
Huh.
Oh, I love Terriermon in that season. Like, he was so charming. But Digimon Survive is finally coming out after years of delays.
Yeah, I think they changed it a tiny bit from what they were, or they changed it a lot from what they were initially planning to do with it.
Yeah, I heard that as well. That it changed direction in a major way. And hey, we made it to Solaceon Town.
Hooray!
The music in Solaceon Town is really good.
It is.
For being a relatively small town that you won't spend too much time in, like, the music is really good. Oh, this is where the Pokemon Nursery is. That's right. I'm gonna take a word of Pokemon. I don't have egg rules memorized. You can tell how much I breed.
Yeah, I don't either.
Your Pokemon has a careful nature? Okay, there's nothing in this house. It's so weird how the right side of town has just, like, weird pathing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just trying to, like, find my way into the ruins. I don't know why I'm trying to find my way to the ruins. What am I gonna do there? I guess we... Oh, that's right. We go this way. Let me try actually going all the way to the end here.
Yeah, you have to go all the way to the edge, I think.
Oh, we found a jar of honey. Can't wait for Sora to go back into the 100-acre woods somehow, despite being in another realm of reality.
I guess we'll see.
Wait! Christy! Oh my god! You know what I just thought of?
What?
They could adapt Christopher Robin!
Oh, yeah, they could.
Oh my
Probably
god,
will.
yeah. If they're going in the live-action movie direction because of the unreality that Kingdom Hearts 4 is going, they could do Christopher Robin instead of the Winnie the Pooh. Oh my god!
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay, hang on. Top right, lower left, top right, top left, lower left. Oh, I can't memorize that. We're out of here. Bye. Goodbye. I could, but I don't feel like writing anything. And I don't feel like memorizing today.
Yeah.
And all that's really in there are unknown. I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna wrap. We're getting close to the 2-hour mark, so I am probably gonna be wrapping it up soon. Actually, let me see where the map. Maybe we could. Let me see how far is Veilstone. Actually, no. We'll go to Veilstone and then we'll call it there. I'm not gonna do the gym battle, but we'll get to Veilstone. Maybe we'll even find the ponytail.
Maybe.
Gotta find. Let me see here. Let me think. I'll keep the team as is. I didn't heal the Pokemon Center though, so let's do that first though.
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
A safety save
Better be safe than sorry.
Would also be nice. Oh, it auto saves, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, healed up. Okay, save. And we're moving right along. Okay. Route 210. Hey, what's up, Farmer Man? Let's go. I see this Farmer Man. I'm just reminded of Talon from Ocarina of Time.
Uh-huh.
I love Apom. Apom is like, I think, Grayson's favorite Pokemon, if I remember correctly.
I think so too. I think that's his favorite. Like his all-time favorite.
Mm-hmm. In general, Gen 2 is his favorite, and Apom, I think, is just his favorite from that gen. So yeah, that tracks. I've never asked him how does he feel about Ambipom? Does he like it, dislike it? Not everyone is a big fan of like the new evolutions for existing Pokemon.
Yeah, some of them they're kind of like I don't know.
Like for example, there's a YouTuber I watched called Roger's Base. His all-time favorite Pokemon is Lickitung, and he despises Licky Licky. Like, he does not like Licky Licky at all. I'm gonna keep Kimba actually. I don't mind Licky Licky personally, but
I don't know the name.
the name's funny.
It is.
I love Girafarig. Girafarig's an underrated Pokemon. I mean, actually, it's probably appropriately rated because it's not a great Pokemon, but I like giraffes. Giraffes are very cool. I'm gonna send in Christy here to deal with this Psyduck. Well, speaking about ponies earlier, I don't remember if this is one of the videos that I posted on my Instagram during my Hawaii trip, but we did actually pass by one of the ranches near.
Oh, you did?
We did, and then a horse came like right up to me and my niece, and we just kind of petted it for a little bit.
Aww.
It was great.
It's cute.
I don't think I've ridden a horse since I was 2. Obviously, under very close surveillance from my parents, but I remember going with my maybe I was 3, but it was when I went to Puerto Rico all those years ago, and as a 3-year-old, my cousin because my cousin lived there, and they took us to a ranch that was in, I think, one of the highlands, and we just got the horses. It was fun. Ooh, what is this?
Mhm.
Hey, Drell just subscribed. Woo!
Hey.
Let's go. I'm gonna switch over to Oliver on the lead. Oh no! Oh, a wild Pokemon. Is it? Is it time? It's a Kricketune. Oh man, I remember when I was hunting like the Alpha Kricketune, hearing the Jarrell, you do have a Pokemon named after you. It's a Jirachi.
Mhm.
We named the Jirachi after you like early in this playthrough. You've always been with us. All right, I'm gonna try to catch this Kricketune though. What gender is this Kricketune actually? Yeah, you've been in this playthrough, fam.
I know you have.
I will show it to you right after this battle. In fact, like we named the mythical Pokemon after you too, so you know you got the clout.
This is very true.
I named Mew
They're
after
really
Chris.
cute.
I named
Really
Mew,
cute mythical Pokemon too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I named Mew after Christy and Jirachi after you. Pokemon. No! The Kricketune escaped!
No.
Come on, become my friend. Become my friend. Pokeball, go, go, woo! So you are Pokemon. God, I miss Pokemon Jukebox. They had such good songs.
They did.
To be a master, Pokemon master. Okay, I'm trying the Great Ball. There we go. Now we got it. Oliver wants to learn Aerial Ace. That'd be my pleasure. Aerial Ace is such a good move.
It is. I love using aerial. I love that move so much.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of Wing Attack because Aerial Ace is just better Wing Attack. Pokeball, go, go. Oh man, Jarrell knows what I'm talking about with the To Be a Master soundtrack.
That soundtrack is great.
Oh man.
Such a
I
great
will be
soundtrack.
striving to be the greatest master. Oh man, he's throwing the lyrics on chat right now. It's great. Alright, so this is a female Kricketune, so obviously we gotta name it after one of the greatest female composers that ever lived. Shiramura. There we go. What's her stats? I'm curious. Stats are not great, but it's okay.
Oh no.
I will send her to the box so she can write some more bangers for future games. She doesn't have time to battle. She's got music to write. Anyway, yeah, look, boxes. There we go. Right over here we got Jarrell. Chilling. Illusion Wish, Swift Helping Hands. Yes, sir. The wonderful Jirachi. Let me see. I'm gonna switch over to King DDD because he hasn't been battling a little bit lately. You know, we don't want him to get too big like his Kirby counterpart. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I remember in the beginning of I think. Wait, does the runner not want to fight? Oh my God!
What?
He doesn't want to battle. Okay, that's fine. Fine. All right, I'll send King Dedede and Mochi to. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but hey, that's fine. We'll walk with Mochi for a little bit. I guess King Dedede's not getting exercise. Yeah. So over years, like King Dedede's always had a little bit of a belly, but he didn't used to have as big a belly in like the early games. So I remember in the beginning of like Kirby's the 20th the Dream Collection they released the 20th anniversary. They showed like the old 8-bit sprite of like all the Kirby characters, and then when they switched over to the modern graphics, which had Kirby and the crew and like the Wii graphics, King Dedede was just kind of like sitting there, just kind of just like touching his belly, just like brink, brink, like remarking about how he gained some weight over the years. But that was adorable.
It is.
Oh, I love King Dedede. Annie, I know, is also a huge King Dedede fan. I know she.
He has his moments.
He does have his moments.
He has moments.
That's a good way to describe it. He has his moments, honestly. And he's a deeper character than you might even think, honestly, because like he's bad, but he's not evil, if that makes sense. Like he's definitely greedy. Like you and I, for the Does It Hold Up episode, we played Kirby Superstar, and he literally stole all the food from the Dreamland residents to just keep for himself. So that's very bad, obviously. I know. But he has in the past also done things to like really help the people of Dreamland. Like for example, in Kirby's Adventure, that entire game, which we also played together on Does It Hold Up, that game is Dedede is a bit misunderstood because he steals the Dream Rod from Dreamland, which of course robs the Dreamland residents of their dreams. They can't dream. So that seems bad. And then you go to the end of the game, and you beat King Dedede. Minor spoiler alert for Kirby's Adventure. If you don't want to hear this, like tune out for like maybe 30 seconds. But yeah, at the end when you defeat Dedede and get the Dream the Star Rod back, King Dedede is like begging Kirby to not put the Star Rod back onto the altar. He's like trying to hold Kirby's leg, but Kirby's not listening. And he puts the Star Rod back, and that awakens a monster known as Nightmare. And the reason why Dedede took the Star Rod out was because nightmares were building up to create this monster called Nightmare. And so Dedede realized the only way to stop Nightmare from being reborn was to take the Dream Rod out, or the Star Rod out. And so now that Kirby has resurrected Nightmare, Kirby is of course entrusted with defeating Nightmare so that the Dreamland residents could sleep peacefully, essentially.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, that's just one example. Then there's Kirby 64 where Dedede gets possessed, and then after Kirby saves him from possession, he agrees to help Kirby with his journey to save the worlds, essentially. Kirby's Return to Dreamland, he's one of the playable characters. But, there's games where Dedede is the main villain, or one of the main villains. So, it really just depends on the game, I guess. He's an eclectic character. I remember the Brawl story mode also had the fake out with Dedede as well, where it seemed like Dedede was like one of the main villains of the story. Then you find out he's actually the one that saves everyone when they die, basically.
Huh. Interesting.
Like, he knew that the final boss had the ability to just like instantly destroy everyone, so he created these brooches that can resurrect them after being destroyed when they lost. And so King Dedede, Ness, and Luigi basically worked to save everyone. It was great.
Huh. I remember that.
And then near the end of the thing, Kirby accidentally swallowed one of the brooches, so Kirby gets resurrected near it. And then near the end, when Kirby is like going through the level, King Dedede comes to Kirby and hugs him. So I think his relationship with Kirby is complicated. There's times where he doesn't like Kirby. Oh, it's time! Mochi's evolving! Let's go, it's evolution time. Driftblim. Mochi is now a big Mochi. They're drowsy in daytime but fly off in the evening in big groups. No one knows where they go. Mochi wants to learn Phantom Force! I thought that move was exclusive to... Oh my god!
I have no idea what that move is, and I feel bad.
Phantom Force used to be exclusive to Giratina, but I think other Ghost Pokemon have since gotten it. I could be wrong about that, though. Anyways, even though Payback is my only dark move, it doesn't have the best regular attack, so I'd rather have Phantom Force take that place, honestly. So I'm going to get rid of that. If I ever get, like, I don't know, Night Days or something like that, Drell said he doesn't know the move either. It's not to feel bad. King Dedede's relationship with Kirby is complicated because on one hand, he gets very annoyed at Kirby's heroics and the fact that he's like the center of attention. But I think he secretly does like the puffball. He just doesn't like his thunder being stolen, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very clear in the Kirby Right Back At You anime, in which, you know, DDD is not a lot less complicated in the anime. He's just like straight up bad. Like every episode he's sending a monster trying to get that there Kirby, as he says in the opening. I love Kirby. That show is so good. It had 100 episodes. I don't think I've seen all 100 episodes of that. But to be fair, you don't have to watch all 100 episodes of Kirby. It's very much Monster of the Week storyline, but you know. Pikachu and Clefairy. Oh look, the mascot's a Pokemon.
Aww. It's so strange to think that Clefairy could have been the mascot.
It really could. Yeah, it's interesting that it was so close to that happening. I'm gonna attempt the Phantom Force on Pikachu actually. Phantom Force. Vanish instantly. Oh no, so only Prinplup was able to take the growl. Mochi did not take any of it though. I hope this Metal Claw is still enough to take out the Clefairy. It was not. Oh my god, the Clefairy's got a lot of defense. Ooh. I hope the Phantom Force does enough. I may have to double the Pikachu. Here comes the Phantom Force. Oh, never mind! Let's go, Mochi! One hit KO from with the Phantom Force.
Oh, the poor Pikachu.
The poor Pikachu, but go, Mochi. Oh man, that was awesome. Metal Claw. The fairy is almost defeated. Okay, we're getting there. So before the meeting that we did earlier today, Christy, one of the YouTube channels I watch did a video called the complete retrospective of the Shimigami Tensei series, and that includes all the spin-offs. It is a 2-hour video, and I follow the guy who made this video on Twitter. He says he's been agonizing on this video for like months, doing scripts, because he had to do like all the research, because he didn't know, he has not played every single game, because a lot of them haven't even been localized. So it required excessive research, and then he had to gather the footage, write the script, have it all edited. So it took a long time for him to do the video. So I'm not gonna sit down for 2 hours, but I have been watching in segments. I watched a little bit on break today, a little bit before the meeting. I'll probably watch a little bit tomorrow during break as well. It's very interesting so far, though. There's a lot about that origins of the series that I did not know about. Dro says, funny enough, that was just to me on YouTube. I mean, you like us are a big SMT guy, so I'm not surprised. So I'm only 20 minutes into that video so far, Jarrell. I would highly recommend it though, based on what I'm watching though, because it is incredibly informative. Like even as like a background while you're doing something else, it's been very interesting so far. I just got to the mid 90s where now he's talking about the very first Persona game, but it is interesting so far. That series has gone into some weird directions. Fury Attack. Should I? Let me see. I don't think so. Fury Attack is not great. Yeah, no Fury Attack for you. Terry and Tia have been defeated. Jarrell says, I want to replay FF7 Remake and Kingdom Hearts 3 and start Triangle Strategy. Doing the...
Honestly...
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was about to say, I was like, I've been wanting to replay Kingdom Hearts. And I popped in Kingdom Hearts 1, and the first thing I did was, do the Hades Cup. Not my finest moment ever.
Oh, man, if you're doing Hades Cup after taking such a long break, that's gotta be difficult, I think.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't too bad. I got knocked out by Leon and Cloud. But, it wasn't that bad.
I guess it could have been worse. Yeah. But, I do want to do Kingdom Hearts 3 at some point, especially, critical mode, because I haven't had a chance to do it yet. But I also gotta do the, finish the limit cut episode because I have 5 more bosses left, but I just haven't done them yet. I got stuck hard on Xemnas, and I haven't gone back in a while. Like the other bosses, like I'm proud to say that I was able to defeat Larxene and Ansem in one try, but every other boss I fought, as expected, have been kicking my ass. But Xemnas has been giving me trouble. I have not figured out how to beat Xemnas yet. I will at some point, but I do want to do Critical on 3. And Triangle Strategy, I mean, what else can I say? That's my game of the year right now. It's so good. The Pikachu's coming out. I will go with Kimba here. Drill says this conversation reminds me of the Yuffie DLC. Why so? Which conversation?
Which, granted, the Yuffie DLC is great.
Mm-hmm. Jarrell's asking, do we like this or Arceus better? So I will.
This one is a straight up pure remake.
The boss.
So you can't. Oh.
The boss difficulty. I can't comment on the boss difficulty of Arceus because I'm not far enough in it. But if we're talking about whether we like this game better, what I will say for this game is because it's it really is just a pretty faithful remake to Diamond and Pearl, which was at a time in which Pokemon was really, hard following the formula that had established. So for that reason, this game is definitely comfort food, I'd say. Like, I don't have to, like, obviously we're having full conversations while I'm just going through and clicking buttons and taking out the opponents, and it's great, I think. But it's comfort food. You go through it, you know what you're doing. Where Arceus is a breath of fresh air, like you're doing something different, you're constantly engaged with it. So I think I like Arceus, but even though I haven't done a lot of progress on Arceus yet, just because of my backlog, I think I do prefer Arceus as a game overall. While this one, at least I know what I'm doing. It's a formula that a lot of people have gotten tired of the Pokemon formula over the years. I haven't. I do admire when they try something new, and I love it when they do. Like, I like Arceus a lot. But I'm also not going to complain if I get, like, a Pokemon game that's pretty simple to what they have been doing. That's just me, though. I forgot what Pokemon's coming up.
Oh. I forgot too. I think Arceus, I mean, it's hard to compare between the both of them.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Bro was talking about the boss of Kingdom Hearts 3 or the boss difficulty of the KH3. I haven't done the super bosses on the Yuffie DLC yet, so I can't comment on that. But the KH3 difficulty, if I'm talking about the limit cut bosses, I will say, yeah, it's obviously difficult. But it feels fair, if that makes sense. Like, you memorize the patterns and you basically have to kind of like adjust to it. It's a lot like the Souls games in that regard, I suppose. That's being the closest comparison, I suppose.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing it referred to as.
Now, granted, the difference between this and like a Souls game is like, Souls game, that's the whole game, where your whole game is about like dying and learning. I personally, I don't mind if a game gets difficult. I just don't like it to be difficult the whole game. That's just my personal preference. So like for something like Kingdom Hearts, where most of the game is easy, and then if you really want to go into those hard challenges that you can, that's fine. I'm cool with that. Or even the Super Mario game. Obviously, modern Super Mario games start off so that, a kid could beat it and see credits. But if you wanted to get more challenge, you can do that. Like we did our Super Mario 3D World playthrough last year. We got through the main game relatively simply. Then we got to those post-game store missions, and that's where things started getting really difficult. But I think that's by design, again, if a kid wants to just roll credits, then they're able to do so with no difficulty, and those that want to get that 100% completion will be tested. And that's any modern Mario game. At that point, I'm cool, and honestly, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with the challenge coming later and not the whole game. That's just how I am. Darrell says, I wish Arceus was more of the new stuff with the old formula. I got a bit bored after a while. That's fair too. And I will say, I think that's what Scarlet and Violet is shaping up to be. The new stuff with the old formula. That's the impression I'm getting that what that game is going to be.
Yeah, I think Arceus, it was kind of a test to see how well it would be received and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And then now that they're like, oh yeah, this is kind of well received, we're going to go ahead and like actually implement it, because more than likely, it was already kind of. I think they already thought about adding it, but then they weren't too sure how the fan base would react and receive, because you know how the Pokemon fan base is like.
Dro says it was so great, so innovative, and I was blown away. But then I found myself wishing for more. It gets super repetitive. Well, I can see that too.
Yeah, I think if they ever make another game system as Arceus, I'm pretty sure that they'll probably refine it.
I can see that as well. Okay, I got Kimbo walk with me, and he looks adorable.
Right.
It's great. Jarrell said they had to have been working on both games, so I'm excited to see how they meshed them both at the end of the year, which is crazy. It's so crazy that it's coming out at the end of this year. It's awesome. A rookie breeder, but she'll do her best, she says. Alright, let's see how this goes. Amber is her name. Oh, that sounds familiar. Jarrell is asking, which starter are we guys going for in Scarlet and Violet? So, on my personal Scarlet playthrough, I'm going to be going with Fuecoco. But, what did we talk about what we're going to be doing for the Violet starter? I don't know if we did.
I thought we were going with a duck because it reminded us of Donald.
That's right. Yep. We're going with Quaxley, and his name is going to be Donald Duck. There you go. Thank you. There's the answer. What starter are you doing, Christy?
I don't know yet. I haven't really decided. I'm just gonna wait it out and, decide then.
That's fine. Let's see. Ooh, I would love to send Mochi against Happini, but we only have ghost moves on Mochi, which will not hit the Happini, so yeah. I'm gonna stick with Kimba. Kimba is doing her. Which starter are you using, Drell? I would love to know which Pokemon is catching your interest right now. I think you've told us before, but I could definitely go for a refresher.
I thought that Drell was going to be going with a grass starter.
Oh, Sprigatito, yes. Sprigatito is really cute.
I don't know, I just associate Drell with that starter.
With the cat, as he says, as if it's even a question. Yes, of course, he is going with Sprigatito.
Aha! This game has so many Clefairies. I always forget.
Yeah, there are a lot of Clefairies. I didn't really notice that until this session. We have fought a lot of Clefairies and Clefairies in this stream so far. Ah, man. Bro says literally on the cutest starters in the history of Pokemon. It is definitely cute. Cafe Cabin, fresh milk. Oh, look, the Psyduck blockade. The Psyduck are standing firm. They aren't inclined to move at all. So I think there are trainers in the cafe as well. So I'm going to check there a second. How close are we to Veilstone?
I don't know.
Ooh, that's a long route. That is a long route. And this one took us a little bit. Okay. I'm going to do two things. Let me check the Pokédex one more time. Check the habitat of Ponytail again. Okay. It is on that route. It is on that route. We have a chance of finding Ponytail there. Okay. Okay. Let's go in the cafe, battle the trainers here, and then we'll probably call it a night.
Okay.
Because, oh my god, it's already 9:30. Or getting close to 9:30 my time. Yeah, let's go inside. Howdy, traveler. Some of our customer rata types I want to battle, but pay no mind to stay a while. I'm afraid I have to wait for them to get better. There we go. This is one of the trainers' battles. It is a collector, Fernando. He's got a Mr. Mime! Shout out to our Mr. Rhyme that we had in the Shield playthrough, Charlie Chaplin, which was David's suggestion, if memory serves.
Hmm.
And then Mr. Rhyme is gone. I guess it wasn't that defensive after all.
No, I guess not.
I love Mr. Mime's the Mr. Mime that Ash's mom has. It's always so helpful around the house. Okay, so it's a psychic fairy. I guess I'll just hit it with some metal claws.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, Jarrell, have you been trying to play the KH Hurdle?
Oh my god, I forgot all about that. No, I must have missed so many songs.
You did.
Darn.
There was one that was actually was kind of difficult.
Is it okay? But like, how do I find that like on the regular?
I just follow the link.
Okay. Can you send me that link after? Because I want to. I don't know. I'll try to check it every day.
Yeah, that's what I do. Is like I just follow the link. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about it.
Jero says to send him the link as well. But I know I can get some of those songs in like a second as well. I'm just forgetting that thing exists.
Hmm.
I would love if we did like if the three of us and any other Kingdom Hearts fans, did like a music trivia night or something for Kingdom Hearts music and see how fast we can get it.
I wonder if Jarrell could get today's song.
Oh, Jarrell says Brandon got in the car with me and I was playing KH music. He was playing the actual name of the song escapes me, but it was the one from KH3 when you're in the battle theme of Scala ad Caelum.
Oh, that one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not Dark Dominion, is it?
No, Dark Dominion is the one where you fight Xehanort.
Yeah, it's the other one.
Edge of Existence, Jarrell, just to put it on chat.
That's
such a good song, and that's one of the best parts about the Remind DLCs, that you actually have a chance to listen to Edge of Existence because you heard it for a hot 5 seconds in the base game of KH3.
Hmm.
So them letting you hear it more was just the best. Anyway, let me switch over to Oliver.
There was one song, I think it was yesterday, that everybody who has played KH1, they heard it, they're like, this is the song we all recognize.
It
was a song that you wandered aimlessly around and you're like, you hear just like both notes and you're like, I know exactly what it is because I've heard it so many times.
Am I right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh wow, I didn't think the HC difference. Oh my god, Hammer Arm! Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. I've always liked Sudowoodo, but I don't think unfortunately, I think it's a particularly good Pokemon. But it's kind of charming. It's a dancing tree. I love it. But I can't use it. And there was... Oh my god, it hit me with the Stone Edge! Right as I switched into Mochi. Okay, that's fine. Hold the Shadow Ball real quick. Ha! One hit. Let's go. I remember in Pokemon Coliseum, one of the first major boss of the game has like a Shadow Sudowoodo as his Pokemon. And it's appropriate because that guy, the first major boss of the game, dances a lot. He's sitting on another Sudowoodo. I think Sterling said on one of the episodes of his podcasts that Sudowoodo is one of his favorite Pokemon. And his guest like tore him apart because Sudowoodo is not a particularly great Pokemon, unfortunately.
Oh, but it's his favorite Pokemon. That's all that matters to Sterling.
It's one of his favorite Pokemon. His actual favorite Pokemon is Poliwhirl. And often in playthroughs, he'll either use a Eviolite on the Poliwhirl so he can like use it competitively without evolving it, or he'll evolve into Poliwrath since it looks very similar to Poliwhirl. And I respect it. Poliwhirl is a very cute looking Pokemon, honestly. I asked him like, I think he's pretty neutral towards Politoed in particular. I don't think he hates Politoed. I think he's just pretty, he's pretty meh to it. That's another Waterstone example, by the way. We're going back to something we said earlier in the stream. Maybe that person evolved their Poliwhirl into a Poliwrath. I wonder if that waitress is also a trainer. God, my Pokemon are getting hurt.
Poor babies.
Oh! The waitress is a trainer. Oh, dang. Rodrigo's here, too. Let's go. All the warriors. Waitress Katie. Another Clefairy. God, Chris, you were right. There's so many Clefairies.
There are a lot of Clefairies.
I can't believe how many Clefairies there are. Oh, my God. All right. Oh, the Spark didn't Oko it. Ah, it's charming. That's okay. That's okay. It's about to be taken out anyway. The bite should be able to top it off, I think. Oof, it was just barely enough, but it took out the Clefairy. That's a bingo. I take lots of an unusually big smile. Do you find that odd at all? Just a little bit. I also find it odd that you're balancing your Pokeballs on your serving tray, but then, Moo Milk. Yeah, I'll buy 10 for 5,000, please. Speaking of, Rodrigo says, can you imagine dealing with this every time you go to a restaurant? I'm saying. I remember in Black and White, one of the few episodes I enjoyed was when Ash did battle the gym leader, Strident Gym, which were the ones that were like restaurant chefs. And like Ash just ran into the restaurant and was like, "Let's battle!" And the patrons of the restaurant were just kind of looking at Ash and he was like, "Huh?" Not realizing that the gym portion of the restaurant was in the back, and he just went into a restaurant and just yelled, "Let's battle!" Oh man. Alright, we got like 10 bottles of Moo Moo Milk. We are going to be wrapping this up pretty soon, though. Oh, hold up. Let me see if Oliver can learn Roost, but let me see if it's viable with its moveset. I'm going to get rid of Endeavor, because there's very few situations where I actually use that. So I'm going to get rid of that and switch it with Roost. So while I'm switching out these moves and organizing my item box a little bit, we are going to go ahead and wrap up for the night. I want to thank everyone for coming out for this episode of Pokemon. And after conferring with Christy, I can confirm that Pokemon will not be back next week. It'll be back, I think, about 2 weeks from now. Because next week at the time we start, which I believe is going to be the same time at 7 p.m., we're going to be doing the finale of our Mario Party Superstars playthrough. It's kind of a mini playthrough, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but anyway, we've done all 5 boards of the game, so now we're going to be doing checking out the different mini game modes and competing against those. It should be myself, Christy, and 2 special guests who I have to talk to before I can announce here. But yeah, that'll be next week at 7 p.m. for some Mario Party Superstars. As far as other streams coming up this week, this Monday will be yet another new episode of HP Critical Doesn't Hold Up. Continuing with this month's theme of playing Sega Genesis RPGs. Last week we tried out, or actually this week we tried out Sword of Vermilion. Surprisingly good game. But this coming Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be checking out a game called The Last Crusader. I know nothing about the game whatsoever, so if you want to see my raw impressions on that game, check that out. Next week, our podcast will be returning to its normal night and normal, live schedule and all that good stuff. I believe this week is we're going to be starting that at 8 o'clock p.m. for the live podcast. You guys can look forward to that. And like I said, next Friday is going to be Mario Party Superstars at 7 p.m. But yeah, that's going to do it. So if you guys enjoyed the stream, definitely check out our website, hbcritical.com, for all kind of wonderful articles on gaming, movies, anime, and so much more. You can check that out there. And on our website, hbcritical.com as well, we have our Teespring store where you can buy yourself some cool merchandise. In addition, definitely give our social media a follow so you guys can know exactly when new streams go live, new stream schedules, new posts, when articles go live, and all other kind of cool stuff. So we're on Instagram at HB Critical Gaming. We're on Facebook at HB Critical, and our Twitter handle is at critical_HP. Follow any of those to know exactly what we're doing, exactly when we're doing it, because we got a lot of cool stuff coming in the horizon that we cannot wait to announce with you guys. I would tell you, us relaunching our website is only the beginning. We got some other cool stuff in the very near future. We hope you guys check us out. But that's all I got as far as website plugs. If you want to follow me personally, I'm at Mr. Luna on Twitter, and Christy can be found at...
You can find me on Twitter at RubyAmber5.
Amazing. And thanks as always for joining me on our Pokemon journey. There'll be more in the hopefully near future once our schedule opens up a little bit. But yeah, we got more to do. We got ponytails to catch and gyms badges to get. So, you know, very important things. All right, everyone. Thanks again for watching. Have a wonderful night. Bye.
Bye.